So the DHS Secretary, Alejandro Mayorkas, said at a press conference yesterday that the Biden administration's border strategy is working. Of course it's working. 2 million people coming in the country illegally. But privately, even Alejandro Mayorkas knows that's a lie. Fox News has just obtained this audio of the DHS Secretary admitting that the situation is out of control. Listen.
This is unsustainable. These numbers cannot continue. We cannot get to a point where we were a couple weeks ago, and we're going to make sure that doesn't happen. We're looking at the policy options.
Julio Rosas is a senior writer at Town Hall. I don't know how long he's been on our southern border, but a long time. He's still there. He joins us from there tonight. Julio, thanks so much for coming on. So you've actually covered this, unlike virtually everyone else commenting on it, including me. How do you compare what the administration is saying in public with what you're seeing?
I mean, it's quite simple, and it's the fact that they're lying. I mean, I don't know how this is not a bigger deal. Here we have the DHS secretary admitting what most of the rest of the country already knows, that the current crisis at the border is not sustainable. I mean, just today, the Rio Grande Valley sector chief tweeted out that in one day, they encountered 4,000 immigrants. I mean, that's absurd. And we're in August now, and it gets 100 degrees down there on a consistent basis. Instead, what we're seeing, we have the defenders of the administration and the media focusing on racist Republicans being concerned about COVID that some of these immigrants bring when they get released by Border Patrol, completely ignoring the fact the high positivity rates, but also ignoring the Democrats who are at the border. Just yesterday, they had a press conference. The Hidalgo County Judge, Latino, Democrat. The Webb County Judge, Latino, Democrat. The Mayor of Laredo, Latino, Democrat. Congressman Henry Cuellar, Latino, Democrat. They were all expressing concern because they have these migrants, some of them who have COVID, and they don't have the ability to take care of them, and so they have to spend money to send them elsewhere because or else then there'd be a problem with COVID there. And so, I mean, this whole thing is just so maddening, especially as someone who's been down there for multiple weeks just this year and seeing the human misery. I mean, heck, I've been called a racist for highlighting the human misery that these open border policies bring. But, I mean, that's fine because the truth is on my side.
And it's just so funny. I mean, for people who are doing this to win elections and get cheap domestic help, to call you a racist because you're pointing out the suffering of migrants from Guatemala is like peak insanity, and I'm just glad you're not intimidated by it at all, clearly. Julio, thank you for joining us. Good to see you.
Thank you.
So we know very well that Tony Fauci is strongly in favor of